In 2022, Little Rock police say they have already responded to 10 homicides. Even as police work to solve those cases, not all investigations lead to justice.
That's where LRPD's cold case detectives come in, looking at every unsolved case they can, some decades old. They still want to know who killed Carlton Daniel nearly 20 years ago. And
now, TV 11's Sarah Hobakowitz investigates how new technology could help close this case.
It was a chilly night in early November 2003. Carlton Daniel had just spent the day with family in Little Rock before heading back to his Mableville apartment. A 21-year-old with time still in front of him.
He planned on starting a new job in the near future. He talked with his father about that.
But as Friday night became Saturday, at 3 a.m. a 911 call came through for 6510 Mableville. Someone saw a body in the parking lot. It was Carlton's. First responders cut through his blue coveralls but couldn't get a pulse. Detectives would rule it a homicide.
And was it just, one shot?
As far as we can tell, I believe it was, yes.
Where was he shot?
He was shot in the head.
But the investigation came up short, and in the 18 years since, not much has changed. Detective Alan Quattlebaum, a member of LRPD's cold case unit, now looks over the old evidence with a fine-tooth comb.
First 48 hours is really necessary to get everything done that you can, because you start to lose witnesses. They either leave, they don't want to get involved, or they start to forget.
Joining the unit just 3 months ago, Quattlebaum brings fresh eyes to unsolved cases.
Mr. Daniel, he wasn't an angel or anything like that, so he had dabbled into some drugs, money problems, I think, maybe in the southwest part of town where he lived with some people.
But with possible leads in mind, why did Carlton's case go cold?
A lot of people have speculation about why he was killed, but nothing concrete that we can go to the prosecutor with.
And few people came forward, leaving Carlton's case on filing room shelves.
Why is it taking so long?
That I don't know. I mean, this case set for a while. I'm sure, we've had a multitude of homicides since this one. Kept the homicide crew busy.
Looking over the facts, the scene, a dark parking lot, a site that makes up nearly 15% of all Little Rock homicides over the last 5 years. The location on the southwest side of the city. A lead, drug involved. A young life, lost. And a family who nearly 20 years later still waits for answers.
We don't like to classify as just another homicide or just another killing. We try to take each case at face value, work as hard as we can on it, get some justice for the perpetrator, and also get some closure for the family.
It's been a decade since officers say they last had a tip, leaving detectives to hope that time can now be on their side.
Sometimes in a case you'll see that witnesses are hesitant to come forward out of fear of retaliation or something like that. This case is one of those that's it's got some time behind it, so hopefully there's a little more openness to talk.
This makes new witness interviews a possibility for officers. The cold case unit's also hoping for a breakthrough with another new lead, one that wasn't possible to follow in 2003.
There are new DNA processes coming out that we've used with a couple of other cases that we're pretty hopeful on.
Now possibly just months away from finding clues on Carlton's blue coveralls.
So if there was any kind of a struggle or any kind of close contact with a suspect, hopefully there's DNA maybe on the clothing.
In a couple months, there is a chance that we'll have DNA of someone.
I'm hoping to.
Viewing this not just as another case, but Carlton's case.
Well, you have to keep in mind that the deceased person is part of a family, and they have family that relies on the system, the justice system, to bring them some closure. And so that's what we try to do.